The Airbus A350-1000's forward door sealed with a hydraulic sigh at Heathrow's Terminal 5 as Dr. Nia Carter, 45, MIT Aerospace Ph.D., founder of Aurora Skies, the $42 billion airline that had slashed transatlantic fares by 60% and forced legacy carriers to bleed cash, strode down the jet bridge in a midnight blue cashmere coat, her Rimowa carry-on whispering across the carpet like a secret. But the instant she crossed into the flagship Aurora Prestige cabin, 12 lie-flat suites, hand-stitched in sapphire Alcantara, each with a 43-inch OLED and a privacy door that cost more than a Tesla, her blood turned to liquid nitrogen. Suite 1A, the one she'd personally prototyped in a Seattle hangar at 3 a.m. after a red-eye from Davos, was occupied by a man in a loud Hawaiian shirt, feet propped on the ottoman, scrolling TikTok while slurping a pre-board Negroni. "That's my suite," Nia said, voice smooth as runway lights, flashing her boarding pass, 1A, owner override, biometric seal glowing gold. The man, Chad Billingsley, crypto bro, 1.4 million followers, infamous for seat swap challenges where he'd bully passengers into economy, didn't glance up. "First come, first served, princess. Go cry to the diversity desk." Flight attendant Kayla, 23 and trembling, clutched her tablet. "Sir, the manifest." Chad cut her off with a smirk. "Manifest's glitch. Tell the charity case to take the jump seat." Passengers in 1B and 1C, a Saudi prince and a Grammy-winning rapper, snorted into their champagne. Kayla radioed the purser, but Chad had already live-streamed the upgrade hack to 60,000 viewers. Caption, "When you own the plane but not the game." Nia's pulse thundered, every slur a flashback to the United gate agent who'd once demanded she prove her elite status because Carter doesn't sound like a frequent flyer. But she stayed glacier calm, tapping her Apple Watch to activate Aurora Founder Protocol. The suite's privacy door locked with a magnetic thunk. The OLED flared crimson. "Unauthorized occupant. Eviction imminent." Chad laughed, spilling gin on the Alcantara until the PA crackled with Captain Okonkwo's baritone. "Passenger in 1A, vacate immediately or this aircraft remains grounded." Chad's Negroni slipped from his hand, staining the ottoman like blood. The cabin lights strobed red, security breach. As two air marshals boarded, badges glinting. Nia leaned in, voice soft as contrails. "You have 10 seconds to unbuckle before Aurora Skies loses $1.4 million in delay fees, and you lose everything." The countdown began. 10, 9, each second a hook as the live stream counter exploded past 150,000, chat flooding with hashtag #SeatThiefScandal. Kayla tried to intervene, but Chad shoved the boarding pass back. "Fake it till you make it, huh?" The purser arrived, breathless, tablet glowing. "Passenger 1A, Dr. Nia Carter, CEO, founder, Aurora Skies, net worth $42 billion, 87% controlling shareholder." Chad's face drained to the color of economy tray tables. The marshals cuffed his wrists with zip ties. Nia's smile was a scalpel. "You wanted my suite. Let's see how row 38 feels at Mach 0.85. Engines roared as the A350 climbed through 18,000 feet, but the cabin was a pressure cooker. Chad, now strapped into 38E, middle seat between a sumo wrestler and a woman live-streaming her labor, wailed into his phone, "They downgraded me for a DEI scam!" Donations poured in, $50,000 in super thanks, while Nia occupied 1A, projecting Aurora Sky's real-time dashboard onto the suite's OLED. Market cap, $42.3 billion, 14% drop in the last hour. Headline flashing, Aurora CEO booted from own seat. The Saudi prince choked on his caviar. The rapper stopped recording. Nia patched in her general counsel via Starlink, the lawyer's face filling the screen. Mr. Billingsley, you're in violation of 49 USC 46504, interference with flight crew. Surrender all devices. Simultaneously, every seatback screen locked to a single feed. Chad's TikTok archive, every seat swap where he'd bullied a disabled veteran, a hijabi mother, a cancer patient mid-chemo, now evidence in a federal injunction Nia filed from her tablet at 41,000 feet. Turbulence hit, seatbelt sign chiming like a gavel, and Chad vomited into the barf bag, the smell wafting through economy like justice. Passengers cheered. A flight attendant leaked galley audio of Chad bragging, "First class is for alphas, not affirmative action." The clip hit 2 million views before cruising altitude. Nia activated the jet's 360-degree cameras, live streaming to 3.1 million. Chad's meltdown, his phone confiscated, his name blacklisted across every FBO worldwide. Lightning stitched the horizon as the jet banked toward JFK, each flash illuminating Chad's unraveling. Tears, snot, pleas for a lawyer. Nia's voice, soft enough to cut glass. "You stole a seat you couldn't afford. Watch the market react when the bill comes due." She topped her tablet. Aurora Sky's stock plunged 22%, wiping $9 billion in market cap in 90 minutes. The rapper pledged $10 million to Nia's equity fund on camera. The prince offered his Gulfstream for training. The hook twisted deeper. Chad's charity case comment triggered an algorithm Nia had coded herself. Every passenger who'd ever been bullied by him surfaced on a public ledger. 4,837 stories, $1.4 billion in class action damages seeded from Aurora's insurance escrow. The jet began its descent, cabin lights dimming to blood-red emergency strips, suspense coiling with every 1,000 feet lost. Wheels kissed runway 4L at JFK with a kiss of reverse thrust, but the drama taxied to a private apron where 200 Aurora Skies ground staff, every race, creed, color, waited in formation beneath a banner reading "Seats for All." iPads synced to the live stream, now at 7.8 million. Chad stumbled down the stairs into a circle of camera drones, paparazzi flashes popping. His Hawaiian shirt clung like a confession. Nia followed, coat pristine, and silenced the rotors with one raised hand. "This jet isn't a throne, it's a classroom, and today Chad Billingsley flunked humanity." She announced the immediate termination of every crew member who'd enabled seat theft, 47 across the fleet, replaced by a fast-track academy for underrepresented cabin staff, funded by the $1.4 billion insurance payout Chad's removal triggered under Aurora's zero-tolerance clause. The rapper donated his tour jet. The prince pledged a $50 million scholarship. The payoff detonated when Nia unveiled SkySeats 2.0, a blockchain app letting passengers lock suites with biometric scans. Chad's economy ticket voided, his face auto-flagged at every gate worldwide. Dawn broke over the Hudson, gilding the hangar as Nia stood atop the jet's wing, wind whipping her coat. The A350 would be renamed Carter's Comet, its prestige cabin retrofitted into a mobile STEM lab for inner-city kids. Every suite Chad coveted, now a scholarship funded by the $1.4 billion settlement. The live stream froze on her silhouette against the sunrise, chat exploding with pledges. Chad was escorted away in a golf cart, head bowed, while the ground crew unfurled a new livery, Equality at 41,000 feet, in cobalt across the fuselage. Nia's 12-year-old daughter Zoe ran across the tarmac in a tiny captain's hat, hugging her mom's leg as the cameras rolled. The moment went viral before the engines cooled.
"The engines haven't cooled. The tarmac still steams with jet fuel and justice. But the flight path to equity is cleared for takeoff, and it needs your thrust to break the sound barrier of silence." If Nia's poise under pressure cracked your cockpit of complacency, imagine every passenger still bullied from their rightful seat. Imagine your mother downgraded because her name doesn't sound elite. Your mentor ejected because his skin doesn't match the manifest. Your future self grounded by a system that mistakes excellence for exception. Slam that subscribe button like you're slamming the thrust levers to toga. Lock in for every leg of this journey, from Chad's bankruptcy filing to the first Carter's Comet STEM takeoff in Detroit. Comment below with the name of someone who deserves to fly prestige without fear. Tag them, DM the link, make them watch until the afterburners of action ignite. Your comment isn't catharsis, it's coordinates for the next upgrade. Share this video like contrails across every sky, group chats, IG Reels, LinkedIn carousels, TikTok duets, because every share reroutes one seat thief to the tarmac and one dreamer to the left seat. Turn on the bell so you're first to witness the fallout, the $1.4 billion settlement funding 10,000 scholarships, the Academy's maiden flight with an all-black female crew, the first kid soloing at 16. This isn't content, it's cockpit voice recorder evidence for the trial of entitlement. Nia reclaimed her suite, but millions still wait in the wrong row. Your engagement is their boarding pass. Together we don't just fly, we rewrite the manifest, repaint the livery, recalibrate the altimeter of what's possible. Subscribe, comment, share. Cleared for departure. Don't miss your window. The sky belongs to earners, not thieves. Secure your tray table, then assist the passenger beside you. Now.